If your foundation slides off by noon, stay right here. I have tested every foundation that is for oily skin. Hi, my name is Rachel. Here on this channel, beauty meets faith and confidence. It is not about being flawless. Now let's get right into the video. So I have 7 foundations to share with you today. I do have my skin already nice and prepped and my eyebrows already done. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you what it looks like with a full face of makeup with one of my favorite foundations. So the first foundation that I'm going to be talking about is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is a really nice drugstore foundation. This one is about $8. It's medium buildable coverage with a satin finish. And it's kind of leaning between matte and a dewy finish. And this is proof that you do not need to spend a lot of money to have a good foundation for oily skin. And this foundation is like a second layer of skin that lasts all day. I would recommend, for this specific foundation, I would add more of a mattifying primer underneath the foundation and a setting powder. Of course, for all of these foundations, you would use on top to lock it all in. So I'm gonna do each foundation on, I'll do one side at a time. So I'm first going to start with applying a primer. This one is great for oily skin. This is the Danessa Meyers Exploring Balm Powder. This is the universal shade. And again, I'm only going to apply it to one side so you can really see the difference. First, talk about the consistency of this foundation. This is what it looks like. It's more of a thicker foundation. It's not super watery. I'm going to use to apply it the Nick the Rose N17 brush. And it's just really nice and not too matte and not too dewy. That's what I like foundations that are in between that. I'm just going to just press into the skin, and I like to now not apply so much foundation underneath the under eyes. Just kind of go directly below the under eye when applying the foundation. And then this side is with foundation and this side is without. Now let's move on to the next foundation on this side. We are going to talk about the Nars Natural Matte Longwear Foundation. This one is probably one of my favorites. These are all my favorites that I'm going to be talking about. But I do really like this one. This is $55. This is their newest foundation launch. And I didn't know that this was their first newest foundation in 4 years. That's crazy. It has built-in oil absorption and a flexible film former. This is medium to full coverage with a soft focused finish. And this is up to 24-hour shine control. Why is this foundation good for oily skin? This foundation is literally built for oily skin. Built around long-lasting shine control without being heavy and cakey. Now let's start applying this foundation. Now with this specific foundation, I actually don't apply a primer with it. I just have my skincare underneath, and that's all I typically would need. This one is nice. This side looks definitely a little bit more dewier than this side, and this side is a little bit more matte. I actually do prefer the matte side a little bit more than the dewy, even though I kind of actually do have combination skin. I like kind of a little bit of dew to the skin, but I also do really like matte. Alright, let's talk about probably out of all 7, this foundation is actually my favorite, and it is amazing. It's just so good. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. This is $49. This is a velvet matte medium to full coverage foundation. This is water resistant up to 12-hour wear and a soft focused blurring finish. So this is built specifically for combination and oily skin, which I am actually combination skin. So I think that's why I really kind of fell in love with this specific foundation and this specific formula, because it suits my skin type so well. And this formula blurs and holds up strong through a full workday on its own. So sometimes I don't even powder. I usually do a very, very light powder application. So we're going to do it on this side. And I usually do about 2 pumps of this. And this is actually probably the perfect shade match for my skin tone. I think I bought this one first before I tried other Sephora foundations, and I tried to match all of the other foundations to this shade. It just looks so nice. I absolutely love this foundation. And like I said, I don't typically powder a lot. I do very, very minimal powder for this specific foundation, and it's just amazing. Compared to the Nars one and then the Anastasia one, they're both matte. I actually prefer the Anastasia one over the Nars. It's just a better finish. I do really like the Nars one as well. I just like the Anastasia one just a little bit more. Next, we're going to talk about probably the second best one next to the Anastasia one. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. This is $40. This is a natural matte, natural finish, medium buildable coverage, and it builds to almost full coverage if layered. This is a great layering foundation. I do really like that about this foundation. And this one is actually great for all skin types. Okay, so let's apply it to this side, and then you can compare it to the Anastasia one. This one is a little bit a little thinner than the Anastasia one, if you can see that. And this, again, is a really, really good shade match for my skin tone. This one is just great. I do really like to use it for special occasions and for every day. So comparing the two foundations, I really like both. These are like almost tied for first place for me for foundations for oily skin / combination skin. Like, they're just both great foundations. Right now, we are going to a foundation that's a little bit newer to me, but I've been testing out, and I know this has been reformulated. I've seen mixed reviews about it. Some people do not like it, some people love it. I have to give it more time to really get my full review on this foundation. But so far, I'm actually liking it. So this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. It's a lot thinner than the Dior one. I'm going to use the BK Beauty and Nikki LaRose N17 brush, and the other brush I have been using, I don't think I mentioned it, is the BK Beauty 101 brush. I'm going to apply it to this side. I definitely do like it. I think people were saying like the consistency is weird, or it's like, I don't know. I heard not so good reviews on this foundation, but since I've never tried the original formula, so I don't really know how that one compares to this one. But I actually do really like it. I just have to do more tests with this foundation for everyday wear, I think. Oh, so let's actually talk about this foundation. So this is $30. This is a water-based, oil-free, full coverage foundation up to 36-hour wear. And then, why is this good for oily skin? I hear so many makeup artists really do love this foundation. This is a classic industry pick for oily skin. And if you want the long-lasting foundation. Alright, now let's talk about I think this was the first kind of matte foundation that I've ever tried. Maybe, I'm not sure if this was. But this is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. So this is not the same as the original foundation. This has a more natural finish, weightless finish with a medium coverage, that smooths and blurs for a second skin effect. This has all day shine control with 16 hours of hydration. This is another one that I really, really like. This might be topped with the other two, the Dior and the Anastasia one. And this has a thinner viscosity. I really do love this foundation. And I did try the other one, the original formula, and I do like that one. I do like that one as well. It's just a little bit more dewy. Either way, really. But I do prefer matte a little bit more. And that's just so amazing. Compared to the Estee Lauder one, they both are amazing foundations, and I do love both of them. Now let's talk about the last foundation for oily skin. This is the Rare Beauty True to Myself Natural Matte Longwear Foundation. This is $38. This is a self-priming, self-setting formula with buildable to medium full coverage with a natural matte finish. Why is this foundation good for oily skin? This is built to blur pores and control shine without the extra primer powder routine. Because it's self-setting, it's one of the low effort options for oily skin or combination skin. Good pick if you want fewer steps in your routine. So this is actually one of my go-to everyday foundations, just because of how quick it is you can use it, and since it is a self-priming foundation. This is a thicker viscosity, and I like that more of a thicker foundation. I think that's why I really like the Anastasia one and the Rare Beauty one, is because of how thick those two are. What I actually like to do, I did also purchase the Rare Beauty Beauty Blender, and I just like to take this and just press that into the skin. Alright, so off camera really quick, I am going to be it's between these 4 foundations that I want to apply today. These are like the 4 foundations that I rotate between for every day. And I think I'm going to go with the Anastasia one because I haven't used that one in a while, so I'm going to go with this one. And I will be right back with a full face of makeup done. My makeup is completely done, and I wanted to show you the two different sides. So one side is completely powdered, and then the other side is not. I just have my blush and my bronzer powder on. Everything else is not powdered. So I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit more so you can really see both sides. So you can really see that this side is still really nice and it's not going to budge at all. I did kind of also apply a setting, I did spray this, a setting spray. This is the One Size Oil Sucker liquid blotting paper, and I really like to use this one for when I'm not going to be powdering for an everyday look, and it's still going to last all day without using powder. And then this side is completely powdered. And again, it's still going to have that lasting power. It's going to still last all day. And I also sprayed it with this side, with this setting spray as well. Well, silly me, I forgot to do an outro for this video. So comment down below if you have tried any of these foundations. I would love to know your thoughts on them. See you in the next video.